भद्रं कर्णैभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येम अक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागं सस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. Let us pray together, friends. We offer our salutations to the all-loving being who endows all beings with consciousness. We meditate on the Lord, who is the origin of the universe. Lord, Thou abidest in all. Thou art all. Thou assumest all forms. Thou art the origin and goal of all. Thou art the self of all. Thou art existence, knowledge, and bliss. Salutations unto Thee. May the world be peaceful. May the wicked become gentle. May all creatures think of mutual welfare. May their minds be occupied with what is spiritual and abiding. May our hearts be immersed in selfless love for the Lord. Peace, peace, peace be unto all. Let us feel the core of our consciousness, deep in our awareness, hidden beyond the changing body, mind, and everything that one can think of. Beyond all that changes, away from all the external light, there is this deep core of consciousness. There is no light, but no darkness either. There is no multiplicity, no oneness either. It is only the isness, without beginning, without end, without any specifics. all the infinitely changing multiplicity emerges from that easiness and merges back in it. There is no change in that core. It projects time, but is untouched by time. It is the life that never begins. Never ends. It is the peace in the midst of turmoil. It is the cool place in the middle of raging fires. It is nothingness. That contains everything. Om. Peace, peace, peace. Om. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. That divine unchanging is perfect. This world that is changing, that also essentially perfect. This perfect emerges from that perfect. And as this perfect is taken away, what remains is also perfect. Dear friends, this beautiful Vedic verse explains the changes beginning and ends clothed in the unchanging apparel of beginningless, endless reality. As this year somehow we have measurement of years, Different systems are there where the year begins at some other point of time, ends at some other point of time. There are like the Jewish calendars, then there are various Hindu calendars, different Islamic calendar, and this is Gregorian calendar that is followed, and that used to be also there was a predecessor of that, where the ending day was the February end, and March was the New Year. So, but that is how the various measurements of year that we have. Now, since all over the world we follow this calendar that begins on 1st of January and ends 31st of December. So we are drawing quite close to that, and this Sunday being the last Sunday in this year, the mind automatically starts thinking year end. And so year ends, and then we think, what ends? Actually, everything ends. The time doesn't end as such. It continues, only a section that we mark as the day when the year ends, that is drawing closer. Not that it ends, not that everything becomes very different. Nothing really becomes different, only instead of using 1925 calendar, you start using 1926 calendar. One gentleman used to bring the calendar every year, of his business. So would bring here, and was a very jovial person. He said, take this, this is guaranteed for 1 year. So it is because it has only that year's date, so it is guaranteed for 1 year. Later on I can't say, but for 1 year this is guaranteed. So this year ends, and we get, being used to this calendar, we get the automatic feeling that things are drawing to a close. It is ending. And then what is ending? We start thinking. In all religions, there is a lot of thinking about this. What is the meaning of end? What does it end when it ends? Everything seems to go into oblivion. One is born, we celebrate the day of birth, but then what is the birthday? It is actually on that birthday the baby is given, as it were, the death sentence, that you are going to die. At what point we don't know, but the birth means a certain death. So it is like that. Everything that has shape. In Vedanta, the philosophers have actually done lot of abstraction of this concept, that whatever means that which has shape, which has a particular size, either that you can see with your eyes, or what you can think of in your mind. It being limited in space, and also it will be limited in time. So it has a beginning, and it has therefore a sure end. And this is called in Vedanta and many other religious disciplines as the world being an illusion, that it comes and it goes like a dream. A dream comes and it goes. We don't know the beginning. Do you ever know when the dream begins? You don't know. These days there are the sleep doctors who put the different electrodes and then say that when you see that this beta pattern of waves, that is when you are dreaming. But that you see not in the dream, you see that in the waking state. So when the dream actually begins, we don't know. Similarly, when we begin, we don't know. It is somebody else tells you, thus you were born on this and this date, and you believe it. You didn't experience your birth, so it is, and you don't remember anything about it. So there is no really beginning for us, and somebody assigns a beginning. And then there is death. Death of what? Well, the body that was breathing stops breathing, stops walking, stops eating, and so forth. So everything seems to be ending there. Well, yes, there are things which are not seen so fast, beginning and ending. In fact, we don't see that. That is a wonderful idea that you find in Vedanta text, very explicitly, very beautifully, elaborately presented. In many other religions it is always hinted, but not so well presented. And that is, this body is just an external cover. It is very feeble, very short-lived. But there is another core that it covers like a sheath. That core is very long-lived, but it also has beginning and therefore an end. But this body will not be able to tell that what is the beginning and what is end, because it began much later. This particular body began much later than that began. So it doesn't know when that began, and it outlasts this body, and so it doesn't know when it is going to end. And this is in Vedanta or Sankhya philosophy called the subtle body, Sukshma Sharira. This gross body is, yes, we know that there is a beginning and it changes, and the changes are seen fast. This morning somebody was showing me a recent concert photo of a famous sitar player. And then I told that, about 20 years ago I have heard him in a concert. I had gone there. But the person looks similar but very different in a way that at that time he had all black hair, now all grey hair. And then I thought of myself, when I went to listen to the concert, I too had at least some black hair. So it is, So you see those changes happening, that the looks change, and they show that the signs of coming this time to end. There is a beginning, and whatever has a beginning will have end. But although that ends, we cannot see that for our own body, but we can see it for others, that the person came, that person lived and died. What is now happening with that person? Where did that person go? The person still remains in our thoughts. We see that person because these old impressions, they keep on coming up. So that person has some existence somewhere. So that person is in a way alive at a subtle level. And actually that level survives. And we call it reincarnation. Reincarnation is, as some people say, that it is just matter of belief. No, friends. It is a matter which can be easily shown as a provable something that is so well established that if you want to see, Swami Vivekananda at many places has given a very beautiful explanation of this idea of reincarnation. Many wonderful analogies are there. People seem to accept analogies when they go along the lines that they think. If it goes opposite, then say, oh no, I don't believe in analogies. Yeah, but there is actually no other way of explaining except through analogies. So, the analogy given in Bhagavad Gita is that this external body is just like a clothing, and death is discarding this clothing and put on a new one. Put on a new one. It is a new beginning, end of the old clothing and beginning of your existence in a new clothing. That new clothing also keeps on getting old, and then at some point of time that also needs to be removed because it gets worn out, old and so forth. Vasansi jirinani yatha vihaya navani grinhati naroparani tatha sharirani vihaya jirinani anyani sanyati navani dehi. This beautiful concept is very often presented in Bhagavad Gita and Upanishads, that there is the body and there is the indweller of the body called Dehi. Deha means body, and Dehi is the indweller of the body. We feel it, that there is the indweller. That, like somebody told me the other day, I said something that the person didn't like, and the person said, oh, you hurt my soul. Now, where is that soul? Certainly, I didn't hurt the body of that person. So, hurt soul. So, that soul, something is there that we feel. We feel that there is something that transcends the body and yet is connected with the body. Just as the clothes that you put on are connected with you, but you are not those clothes. You can change that, like being the winter when you came outside. Certainly it would have been difficult to just be in shirt sleeves, so you put on nice jackets and so forth. So when you go back to the warm situation in home, then you again take it off, because you are not that clothing. So this comparison has great meaning, to know that you are not the body. It is a very simple, straightforward truth that we are not body. And so, if we are not body, we don't die when the body becomes defunct. It is obvious. If I am not the body, even if the body dies. If I am body, then as the body becomes defunct, I also am gone. But we just saw that there is something that we call our soul. We all feel that there is something beyond body. There are so many nice examples are given to illustrate that. One that is very powerful is that of the dream existence. You all feel dream? Everybody dreams. I mean, I'm not talking of the daydreaming that you may be doing even while awake. But the dream means when you are not aware of the external world that you are aware of now. You are not aware of your body also. Because while your one body is lying on the bed, you are not there. You are doing something else. You are in some other place. You are in a spacecraft and going everywhere. So it is that experience everybody has. So in that, certainly you are there. You are telling a friend, I will come in after a few minutes from Mars. I have an urgent work to be accomplished on Mars. So I will come back in a few minutes, then we will have a discussion. So now that Mars, that you going to Mars, and the friend that you are telling that I will come shortly after the trip in Mars, what body they have? A different kind of body, different existence. Because that your body is lying on the bed, it is not going to Mars or anywhere. So, therefore there is the existence beyond the body. Many times, as it happens with such boring discourses, that the body sits in the chair. But you are not there. It is, sometimes I ask, Abhijit, what did I tell you? Come on. And because he is not aware what is going on. So, is not there basically. The body is very well there. It is very similar to the situation that you came here in a car, parked the car somewhere in the parking space, and then brought yourself bodily, and the body became like a car. This car is parked on this chair. The car of the body is parked in the parking space of the chair. And then you got out and started moving about. So, the point is, we are not body. And therefore, the body ends. But then there is something still deeper that does not end. But that also has a beginning and an end too. It is called subtle body, which is, like, again an analogy to explain, don't stretch it too much. It is like the software that runs the hardware. To in different schools when I go, and I invariably gets asked this question when I am talking about some concepts of Hinduism. So, what about reincarnation? What is reincarnation? Because this topic is so interesting. So, the students ask this question, what is reincarnation? So I tell, hey, you guys use smartphone, isn't it? Oh yes, of course. Everybody is these days smart enough to use a smartphone. So, smartphone. Now, this smartphone, they are manufactured in such a way that in 4 or 5 years, they will need to be changed. They don't last longer than that. It will not get charged, or it will not be able to get the new apps and so forth. So after 5 years when you change, what happens, dear, to all the contacts that you have stored? What happens to all the pictures you have taken? Where do they go? Do you lose them? No, we transfer it on the new phone. So exactly that is that whatever you have done with this body, now the body has become old. It needs to be changed. But you don't want to lose anything that you did with your old body. So all that is transferred from this body to the new body that you take, and that is a very simple reincarnation. Just the phone is changed. So the hardware is discarded, but the software has much more life. So it is retained. It is still used. So that is how it is going on. So even if the body changes, it doesn't change. It doesn't get discarded. So it has no end that the body can understand, because body begins later and ends earlier. So doesn't know. There is a situation, a man was asked, hey, your son, how is your son? Now he has become like this. Instead of showing like this, he says the son is like this. Why like this? Because he had to go every day for work very early. So at that time the son is like this, sleeping, And then he comes late from work, again the sun is horizontal position. So he has never seen the sun standing and walking and running. So because the sun wakes up after he is gone, and again he sleeps when he returns home. So similarly, this gross body comes later and is finished earlier. So it doesn't know the subtle body. Gross body, therefore, has no inkling of the subtle body, because it is covered. You know that you have put on the jacket, but the jacket probably has no possibility of knowing that you have put it on. So it is like that. So you are changing the clothing doesn't mean you are changing. So thus similarly, your ending of the gross body doesn't mean you are ending. It continues. Let us remember this, friends, that this subtle body continues. And beyond subtle body, again there is what is called causal body. That existence is far more durable than even the subtle body. But there are no specifics that we can tell. That can be felt in the deep sleep, when you are not seeing even the dream. In the state of that deep sleep, you are, but there is no specific to it. So this is the deep sleep. There you are, but there is no specification. What happened? I don't know anything, because I was blissfully asleep. So that is the only thing. Once I was very tired, so tired, I just fell on the bed and slept. And then somebody asked me next morning, "Oh, did you not notice that there was so much huge noise outside? A fire truck and police cars, all bham, 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 bham. And everybody woke up, and what were you?" I was blissfully asleep. I don't know anything. But that, to have that awareness, you have to be there. So that is there, which is beyond the gross body, subtle body, as well as causal body. So think of this. We are having these three bodies, friends. One woven into other. So these three body, that all of them change, but the outer doesn't know the inner. That is the case. So this gross body comes and vanishes, ends, but it is not really the end. There is the subtle body that continues. Everything gets transferred. Somebody may ask, we don't see that how this transferring is happening. We don't see anything going from here to there. How do you know? Well, you do not see when the transfer of all your data from one phone to another phone is done. You don't see how it is getting transferred, because it is happening at a subtler level than your vision can see. In the 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, it is told that all our sensory organs, motor organs, all our feelings, emotions, everything gets transferred. Chakshu-sparshanam cha, ghranam eva cha. All these sense organs, motor organs, they get changed. Why do we not see? Because we do not have the apparatus to see it. Our eyes cannot see that. Just as our eyes, if you look at yogurt, do you see any worms there? You don't, but put a microscope and you will see them. They are there. Not that because of microscope they came there, they saw you are putting a microscope, so the worms said, okay, let us go in there. They were there even when you were not able to see, because the instrument is not powerful enough. So similarly, the instrument is not powerful enough to see this transfer. And so there is a beautiful remark that comes there in Bhagavad Gita, Vimudha nanu pashyanti jnana chakshushaha. Those who are deluded, they may be considered very intelligent in this world, very bright, maybe getting Nobel Prize for some great scientific discovery, but they do not have these instruments by which to see this transfer of the subtle body from one gross body to another gross body. Just as when you want to go for a travel, from one bag you transfer or some other place, from closet or whatever, you put some clothing into the bag that you are taking for travel. So similarly, from one place, all the information, all the things that you did, basically there is a nice one word for that, all karma, and all the instruments associated with it, all of that is transferred, and this body then is considered end. It is a very important question. What is death? What is death? There are some medical definitions, but they do not always hold. There are now a big data about the near-death experiences. The people were medically certified as dead. Means they are not likely to come back to life again. You can burn or bury that body. But no, after some time, they came to life. Earlier it was the doctors would know there was some mistake by the doctor. The fellow was not really dead. But when the data of that started mounting and the experiences narrated by that person, that is actually in a different place, different body, and shows the experience like a tunnel. So there is this phenomena that the body dies, but what is exactly death? It is very difficult to say what is death with our present medical science. It is, the death is described in Vedanta and Sankhya philosophy is that when the connection between this gross body and subtle body ends, that is the death. Now this subtle body is functioning through this gross body. Now this gross body has become old. Like recently I got a new smartphone. So all that was my friends helped me to transfer. I am not smart enough to use such smartphones. So they helped me. So all the data was transferred, all the apps were transferred, and so forth. So now the same data, same emails, same apps, now I am using on the new phone. Old phone doesn't have now anything functioning there. Similarly, now the subtle body, which was functioning in the old body, now is transferred to the new body. Then the old body is called dead. It is dead at that point. So, and there, the time cycle, everything, the time concept itself changes. The time in our gross body level is one. The time changes, for different gross bodies. Like a bacteria that has a whole lifespan of 5 minutes maybe. So in 5 minutes, it had its birth, its growth, its mating, its progeny, and dying also, all happened in 5 minutes of human time. So, but for that bacterium, it is, say, our 100 years. 100 years lived like that. So, every creature has its own cycle. I met one lady was taking her dog for a walk. She was taking the dog for a walk, or the dog was taking her for a walk. Who knows, It is but when I asked, oh, how old? The dog is very old, in human years, she said, in human years, he is 85 years old. So, can die any moment. So, it is the end. But time cycles change for different. So, see, when you are seeing dream, maybe externally half a minute elapsed, but you saw many years roll by. So, because the time is measured completely in a different way. So, this is the things come and they end. And when they are beginning, we are happy. But when they are ending, we feel kind of sad. Oh, that's it, now gone. We have celebrated the birthdays of so many. Recently, whose birthday, Teresa, it was that we celebrated here. So it is, there was the birthday celebration. It is, now there is, but nobody celebrates as such the death day. It is observed with some somberness, that it is not, hey, come on, let us cut the cake for the death day. I have not seen that. Anybody? That it is the death day, come on, let us cut the cake. No, because it is considered something sad. But without death, there is no new beginning either. There is no birth. That is a great statement in Bhagavad Gita. Jatasya hi dhruvo mrityu dhruvam janma mritasya cha. So, the one who is born has to die. And the one who is dead again has to take up another body. New clothing, Do you not rejoice when you get new clothing? Hey, this is my new shirt, my new dress. In fact, you want others to come and appreciate that. So it is similarly the death of one body is beginning of the another body. So, in fact, the other body, new body begins first. This is an interesting thing. That new body begins first and this old body is discarded later. I did not discard my old phone till I got the new one. Although the person who was going to give me told me that it is already with us, it has come. But I was not going to discard it just because of that, because I needed a phone to work with. So, first I got the new one, made sure that everything is transferred, made sure that, well, now, then okay, I can now discard it. So, this body gets discarded only as, when you get a new one first. New one first is assured. And then you see the transmission happening from this body to that body. And when it is complete, now the old body is discarded, gone, finished. Now there is no purpose for it. So it is like that, the birth and death. It is very important that first the new body is procured. Many times this funny question gets asked, what is the time between the death and rebirth? Actually, between means the rebirth happens first, and then the old body gets discarded. Like you get the new phone first, then old is discarded. You first go to the new apartment, then discard the old one. It is like that. So similarly, first you get the new body, transfer everything smoothly, and then discard the old one. Sometimes there is no possibility of doing it if you have to give up the old body suddenly. So then for some time you have to, just as I use somebody else's phone, hey, just I want to make an emergency call, give me your phone, and so forth. So similarly, you use somebody's body, and it gets called a ghost, that the ghost climbing on somebody's. So it is something similar. So it ends, end is beginning. So end, one need not be too afraid, but should welcome the end. The end of this is the beginning of new one. And this, what I was talking, that subtle body also has end. When the ignorance is gone, then that also ends. And the ignorance that I am a limited one, I am so and so, that is gone. Then there is no purpose left for subtle body. Subtle body is to execute the desires. If there is no desire left, there is no need for the subtle body also. And therefore, all religions tell you that go beyond the desires. Desires keep on limiting you, binding you, making you suffer. And therefore, get rid of the desires. And then you will not be afraid of anything. So you will welcome that. There is a beautiful poem of Swami Vivekananda. As you know, the death is called Kala, and time also is called Kala in Sanskrit. Both are called Kala. So Kala, and the feminine expression of it is Kali. Kali. So Swami Vivekananda has a very beautiful, very sublime, and sometimes for some very scary poem, Kali the Mother. So I will read a portion of that to see. One has to learn to have that daring to accept the truth that everything ends, everything vanishes, everything that you see is going to end, and it should tell us that it is evanescent, it is impermanent, and the effect of it is that we will not get attached to it. Many times this question gets raised, how can I go beyond the attachment? I get attached to things and I don't like it, but it happens. While doing certain things, then I get attached. How shall I not get attached? The one very important and efficient way to do it is see that it is all impermanent. It is not real. You do not get attached to your children whom you gave birth in dream. No, it is when the dream is over, that also is over. That famous story of Sri Ramakrishna, that man, while he was asleep in dream or dreaming, the wife woke him up, said, our son who was sick, see, he is dead, it seems. And the man saw he is dead. The wife was crying aloud, a profuse, you can imagine, the son has passed away, and this man was kind of having a stoic silence. The wife said, "Are you not feeling sad that you are not shedding a single tear for that? Why so?" And the man said, "When you were waking me up, I was dreaming I had become an emperor, and I had 7 sons. When you woke me up, all the empire and all those 7 sons died, gone. Now I am concerned, for whom should I cry? For this one son or for those 7 sons? So let us remember, everything comes to an end." He says, Swami Vivekananda says, "A thousand shades of death begrimed, and black scattering plague and sorrows, dancing mad with joy. Come, mother, come, for terror is thy name. Death is in thy breath, and every shaking step destroys the world forever. Thou time, the all-destroyer. Come, O mother, come, who dares misery love, and hug the form of death. Dance in destruction's dance, to him the mother comes." We pray, but do we have the daring to see this? We pray, "Oh, Divine Mother, we love you, come in our life." Do we have the daring to face this? That all what you call miseries, all that, being crushed under the merciless wheel of time. You see, that is the mother. That is eternity. It never goes away. The beautiful one picture or one image of Kali is, she is shown standing on Shiva, who is prostrate. It's a very beautiful poetic imagery, that which does not change dances in this mad dance. That is the Mother Kali's that dance. So, if we really want Mother Kali, we should love this dance of destruction. It is otherwise our love is just superficial, love of various pleasantries, and thought that, well, that is, I am worshipping Divine Mother. No, we are worshipping something else. So it is, the world is like that. It ends. The time does not end. We end. So let us remember this, that time eats up everything. Everything ends. But there is the unending core that never began, and therefore is not subject to end. That is our true nature. Our true nature, called, say, our Atman, the God within us, that is never born, never changes, remains the same. The mind may become happy or sad, but the Atman does not become happy or sad. It is always the same. And holding on to that, we see this beautiful play with joy, that the unchanging nature of Atman, on which the dance of the changes going on, the waves dancing on the ocean that remains steady, unchanging. Lot of changes go on the screen in the movie. Screen remains the same. The movie, say Second World War or whatever begins, lot of fireworks, lot of death, the rivers of blood as it were flowing. The screen did not change at all. Not some spot of blood on the screen. There is all so much fire, but the screen doesn't become even hot. So the screen remains changeless. So we are that. That is our true nature. Remembering this, we will go beyond all suffering. There is no beginning for me, no end for me. And this beginning and end, this play goes on for eternity. So, thank you, friends. This was the points that we discussed. So, let us look forward to be established in this awareness of the unchanging reality, and that will be the real life for us that never ends. So think of it for a second, and then if you have any question, please don't hesitate to ask. Any question? There is no question here. Is there any question upstairs? No question. Good. Oh, he has a question. Ashish, he came all the way from North Carolina to ask a question, you know.
Maharaj, you mentioned about the gross body, subtle body, and the causal body, right? So you mentioned that, of course, gross body ends and the subtle body ends also. The causal body, is that the same as Atman, or is there a different layer also?
No, the causal body is gone also. When the subtle body goes away, there is no scope. Causal body is just unspecific ignorance. So that also vanishes. Good question, yeah. That now that lady is inspired to ask a question.
Pranam Maharaj. Just as each of us have a gross body, and through our gross body we experience the other gross body being born and dying, then all of us also have subtle bodies. So why don't my subtle body see the other subtle body beginning and ending?
You are asking this question at the level of gross body. In the dream, you know, your subtle body sees all the other subtle bodies also. Your friend that you were discussing with in dream, that was not the gross body. And the body that was discussing, your body was also not the gross body. So things at one level, on the same level we can see. On a different level we cannot see. This space is filled with lots of various subtle bodies. We don't see them. They are there, but only our subtle body can see it. But even though we don't see it, the effect comes to us. So it is, there is that subtle body. You have to go to that level. I was talking about the interface, you know, that you have to put an interface to get the perception of that. Like there are so many interfaces put in when this lecture is transmitted on the web and people are joining to hear that. I am just talking, that is getting converted for the audience here into louder and more reachable sound. At the same time, it is getting converted into data bytes. Those data bytes, they are again subjected to a transformation. And then they get put on the website, where they get again another, this thing comes there, transform, and then people at different places, whether they are in India or America, in North Carolina or whatever place, they can see that. So that is, so many interfaces have been put. You don't see from here that what is happening, but it is happening. So that is how this subtle body is not seen by gross body, but one subtle body sees the other subtle body. Yeah. Any other question?
You have a question.
Oh, Sangeeta.
Pranam,
has a
Swamiji.
question.
I don't know, just random. What do you think about past life regression? Like if we have the ability to look back at our past lives, would that enhance our, spirituality, or will it?
Well, it is inferred that it will enhance our spiritual life because we will continue to learn from the past experiences. But it doesn't happen because all those memories will clutter our small brain, So therefore they are all pushed into the background. And now, you can see a lot of renovation work going on. So all the pots, pans, so many thousands of things that we never knew we had, all that had come out, and huge clutter everywhere. We don't have a place to walk, no place to sit, and so forth, So now, therefore, it is kept in some place where, when needed, we can go and get. You don't keep your all big pots, pans, everything right on your kitchen counter. There is no space for that. So when you need, you can take out from the attic or whatever. So similarly, all those past life, you can see. If you need, you have an access to get that experience and see it. So, but we are so much engrossed in this present gross body that we do not think of that. But as our mind becomes purer and purer, we start having the sensations of the many past lives. It is called in yoga jati smaratva, that you start seeing all your past lives. So thus it is possible. And then actually Buddha's those Jataka stories is an example of that. That in that life Buddha narrates, my name was like this, and then I did like this, and therefore suffered. Now it gives you a lesson that no, therefore don't do that which will bring suffering to you. That is that remembrance of the past life in that way. Yeah. So, is there any other question? There is no question up there, isn't it?
No, just was one question.
Okay.
No.
So, let us conclude.
No, Maharaj, there is one question.
There is
There is one question.
There is one question, okay.
Question from Beverly.
Yes, Beverly, how are you? Happy New Year.
After cosmic dissolution, are we reincarnated in the next creation of time if we
Wow.
become enlightened this time,
I wish I knew the answer, you know. When I come next time, and if you ask and if I retain the memory, I will be able to tell that story of the little girl and aged grandmother was playing with her and said, "Oh, do you love me, Dorothy?" And Dorothy said, "Yes, yes, Grandma, I love you." "Oh, is it so? How much do you love me?" "I love you a lot." "So will you cry when I die?" And Dorothy said, "Yes, yes, Grandma, I will cry when you die." "Show me how will you cry?" And Dorothy says, "Die first." So how otherwise can I show you? So it is, at this level, it is impossible to answer this question. But yes, all the seeds are kept. So it is said by Sri Ramakrishna and Holy Mother that those seeds are just kept intact. And thus the same crop comes again and again. There will be in that new creation, there will be the same Beverly Collins asking the same question to the same Yogatmananda. So it's something like that. Okay then. Oh, there is now questions are cropping up. What should I do? He first took off the...
What is the data that is getting transferred apart from the karmas and the samskaras? What is the data that is getting transferred apart from the karmas and the samskaras?
The instruments get transferred, not the physical, but the softwares involved in it. So eyes means not the physical eye, but the program of sight that gets transferred, program of hearing gets transferred, chakshus, sparsham, rasanam, ghranam, evacha, everything, sparshanam and all that, all these sensory organs and also motor organs, and they are really softwares, you know. What we see outside is the hardware aspect of it. It is that somebody asked me, well, these are on the body, the organs. No, their sockets are on the body. Like when you are printing, and that person was a software guy, so I gave this example. That look, you know, you have a printer. You see the printer, but it is not the printer that prints really. There is the printer driver, which is a program, which is a software. So that actually is doing the printing. So it is similarly, our vision is a program. Our hearing is a program. You see that when you have to get a hearing aid, then you have to program it. The frequencies and all need to get adjusted. And so it is actually the audio program, the visual program, all that imaging, that is the software, that all gets transferred. Yeah. So let us now conclude with the closing prayer. We had 13 minutes of question answers, when initially there was no question at all. And then Ashish began. Otherwise we would have had an early exit today, So recite the closing prayer. May the Divine, who is Father in heaven of the Christians, Holy One of the Jewish faith, Allah of the Muslims, Buddha of the Buddhists, Tao of the Taoists, Great Spirit of the Native Americans, Ahur Mazda of the Zoroastrians, and Brahman of the Hindus, Lead us from the unreal to the real, from darkness to light, from death to immortality. May the all-loving being manifest himself unto us and grant us abiding understanding and all-consuming divine love. Peace, peace, peace be unto all. Coming week, friends, the Tuesday, Friday classes, daily morning, evening meditations, everything will go on as usual. But there is one very important additional program, that is the 1st January, Thursday, January 1st. It is a very important day in the annals of the history of Ramakrishna Mission. And so that will be celebrated on January 1st. The program starts at 11 a.m. and concludes at about 2 o'clock. There will also be the display of what activities. People want to know what you guys were doing over the year, just eating and sleeping. No, something else was getting done. So we give a video presentation of what was happening. So on 1st January, that also will happen. Lot of devotional music, worship, and a potluck lunch. So you are all welcome to join that. And coming Sunday, the topic, today the topic was everything ends. And so what is the topic of January 4th? This always happens, it is not there. And I don't remember. Attraction of new. Correct. So attraction of new is the topic for coming Sunday. Now there will be Arati. It will happen in the that prayer hall. If you want to enter there, of course, take off your footwear. Keep it right under your chair, like this lady is doing nicely. Thank you. So keep it under your chair, or you can attend it right from here.
Breaker of all our worldly bondage and adored by all, we adore you too. Stainless Lord, assuming human form. Stainless Lord, transcendent yet filled with love. You free us from the stain of sin and ornament our world. Consciousness is your form. Your eyes always purified by knowledge. Looking at them, illusion is gone. Ocean of shining love and feeling, ever inebriated in your infinite love. across this world. Revealed to us as God incarnate and the Lord of all things, helping us join with you. Your mind's always set in the divine light. Your mind's always set in the divine light. This we can see through your grace. Destroyer of our worldly sorrow and compassion so infinite is your word. Your life's offered for the world's deliverance. Your life's offered for the world's deliverance, saving us from darkness and fear. Renouncer of all lust and lucre, therefore you were always sensualized. Lord of monks, you are the best of men. Lord of monks, you are the best of men. Grant to us pure love for you. You're fearless and you're free from doubting, with your mind very firmly resolved. Causeless refuge of your devotees. Causeless refuge of your devotees. Renouncing caste and birth. Our treasure is your holy feet, which take us very soon across this puddle of life. You give love and even-sightedness. You give love and even-sightedness to remove our anguish here. Our treasure is your holy feet, which take us very soon across this puddle of life. You give love and even-sightedness. You give love and even-sightedness to remove our anguish here. Greetings to you, O Lord, beyond both speech and mind. Greetings to you, O Lord, beyond both speech and mind. Yet you are the basis of both. O Lord, yet you are the basis of both. Great light of all lights, blazing in the heart's cave. Great light of all lights, blazing in the heart's cave. Darkness is destroyed by your light. Oh Lord, darkness is destroyed by your light. Greetings to you, O Lord, beyond both speech and mind. Greetings to you, O Lord, beyond both speech and mind. Yet you are the basis of both. O Lord, yet you are the basis of both. Great light of all lights, blazing in the heart's cave. Great light of all lights, blazing in the heart's cave. Darkness is destroyed by your light. Oh Lord, darkness is destroyed by your light. Langa ranga bhanga. These are all the sounds of mridanga. Langa ranga bhanga. These are all the sounds of mridanga. Spiritual songs devotees are singing for your worship divine. Spiritual songs devotees are singing for your worship divine. Jaya Jaya for your worship divine. Hara Hara for your worship divine. Shiva Shiva for your worship divine. Breaker of all worldly bondage and adored by all, we adore you too. Jai Shri Guru Maharaj Ji Ki Jai. Serve auspicious and blessed, graciousness sublime, all noble ends you give to us, granting us refuge, all seeing glory. O Mother Divine, our love to you. Creation, preservation, dissolution are your powers, eternal one. Nature's real basis, nature's essence. O Mother Divine, our love to you. We come seeking refuge from anguish. Be our Savior through your deep concern. All our suffering remove, Goddess. O Mother Divine, our love to you. Victory, O Mother Divine, our love to you. Blessed Mother Divine, our love to you. Blessed Mother Divine, our love to you. Blessed Mother Divine, our love to you. Jai Shri Ram Krishna Dev Ki Jai, Jai Shri Sarda Devi Ki Jai, Jai Shri Swami Vivekanand Ki Jai, Jai Shri Buddhadev Ki Jai, Jai Shri Jesus Christ